What is up, people? We are back on MTGO, and today I'm drafting Shadowmoor Eventide. Very sweet block. By the way, I haven't been uploading a lot recently, just because I was studying. I had some exam to prepare for, but now I'm in holidays, and that's just great. I also hit 200 subscriber. I think it was yesterday, which is awesome. And yeah, next week I think I'll be uploading a bit of Eternal Masters, and after that I'll be a bit of on holiday. But I keep you in touch about my schedule. But you should expect a bit more draft now that it's exam session is over. Okay, Puncture Bolt seems to be the best card here. I don't know. Mentor is fine but not great. Spinners are fine but not great. I guess the Troll is pretty good, but just a bit too fat, a bit too much mana. Tower above is fine. To me, this pack also feels like there's a bunch of green card. So if I can say out of green, it's good. And Puncture Bolt, I think it's just the best card. It's a card I do like a lot. It gets a bunch of stuff. It's cheap. It's efficient. I'm just gonna go with that. Definitely not the best command of the set, but it's a very fine card that will fit most deck and do fine. And again, there was a decent amount of good green card, but nothing too special. Something passed me a black-red Leech. It's probably the weakest of the Leech, but Leeches are still very good. There's also a Fire Spout, so it's a good sign that red might be open. Not sure what... Okay, so there's no basic land, so they probably took a foil, which might be anything. But Leech is very good, so it's nice. Probably picking that. Scuttlebutt is a very good card too. That thing is fine, by the way. I don't think it's great though. I think it's a lot of mana. It's kind of slow, and I don't like picking 5-drop that early, especially if they are not so great, and at least in my opinion, pretty mediocre. Fire Spout or Leech. I think Leech is better. The issue is that Leech is that most black-red creatures are not so good, but if you just pick a bunch of red or black creatures, it's just an end theme. If they target it, they lose that. It's just, I mean, all Leech are really good. I think it's the weakest one, but it's still a very good card. And since there was that and Fire Spout, it might be... I mean, they might have taken a red card still out of the pack, so I have no real information, but hopefully red is going to be open. I'm not a huge fan of Feast of Demigod. I think it's one of the weaker aura. At least an aura like Helm can let you... you get 2 cards if you hit once, which is good. But this, if they just have a Rimwall, it's just get 2 for 1. It's not really good enough. Pack is super weak, by the way. I don't like the Scarecrow very much, even if I'm red-black. It's just a pretty bad creature. That card is bad. Probably gonna pick Howl of the Night pack, which is a very good card. And maybe if red is not open, I don't play that. If I don't play that, it's fine. It's just the best card of the pack. I could see myself playing a green deck with a bit of red, in which case Howl is gonna be awesome. That's just a very good card. Okay, Cremator is pretty bad. I don't like that card a lot at all. First, you cannot target creature, so you cannot even set up to kill something. Second, I don't know, it's a card at random. I've seen people being pretty lucky with it, but I don't think it's a good card. The Flask is good with Howl. I guess Gloomlance could be an option to be red-black. I think I'm just gonna pick another Puncture Bolt though. Cutting Red is nice, and it's just probably one of the best cards of the pack. Pretty sure that I'm gonna be red, not sure about green or black, so to me it feels like a very safe and efficient pick to make. Okay, Leech Ponder is sweet, not gonna pick that though. I mean, the Cycle of Witch, they are all pretty strong. This one is probably the weakest one. It's still good though. It's still good, and it's nice to have a black-red creature when I have the Leech. Scar would be another option. I think this is slightly better though, especially when I have 2 Puncture Bolt, which kind of does the same thing as Scar but better. And when I have a Leech, which makes any black-red creature better than they would be otherwise. So. And for now, we'll leave the Howl in the sideboard. Okay, Reaper is a very good card, I think. Very good 2-drop. Wither is a superb ability, and it's just a good card. Goes well with what I have so far, so not much to say. Just a better option for me here. I don't like Chain Breakers too much unless I really have a deep theme with -1 counters. Repel Intruders is a good card. I don't like the Imp at all, and I don't like the Lock Corrigan very much. either. What I don't like about those cards is that sure they can win you game, but those are cards that will not do anything unless you spend a decent amount of mana on them each turn. This one can at least deal 1 damage. You can attack, they will not block because you can pump and you can deal 1 damage. This will not do anything unless you spend mana, and this is why I don't like that card. And for that reason, I'm just gonna cut Repel Intruders, which I feel is a very good card that I don't really want to play against. And yeah, again, from the last pack, there's nothing I would like to play anyway, so I'm fine just cutting something. And yeah, I'm pretty... I guess I could be red and something else, but I think the Reaper is a good card, so I might as well be red-black if it's open. Fairy Macabre is fine. It's, you know, it's just a flyer. It gets pumped up by the Leech. It's nothing great, nothing bad either. Traitor's Roar, not my favorite unless you are like super duper aggressive. Which I'm probably will be kind of aggressive, but I'm not sure that I'm aggressive enough that I want that. I don't think it's going to be better than a Fairy Macabre. I guess Wisp lets me say a more open, but it's more of a filler, as Fairy Macabre is a fine card to main deck. Okay, I think this is the... yeah, that's a booster I opened. And the Mentor Wield, which is really sweet. Suitwalker's Wield too, though. And that card is pretty decent, and it gets much better once you have a Leech too. It's close. Mentor is good. Giving Wizard to everything is good. I don't know. I think this is a better card. Now this is made better by Leech. I think I should pick Pink Mentor. It's just a better card. Okay, well this is a red-black card, but pretty bad one. Unless I'm super aggressive and I have some issue with my mana, I will never play that. But I guess there's a slight chance that I end up being in that scenario, so you never know. The Fist Wield. Again, not a huge fan. I think I'm more likely to play that than anything else, though. But I'm gonna leave them in the sideboard for now. I guess Fist could be kinda good, since I have Fairy Macabre and I could get some more black flyers. And I don't care about the Initiate, it's just too bad. So, yeah. Alright, red-black beatdown. Ooh, Smash to Smithereen is a good sideboard option. Again, I do like Puncture Bolt a lot. That thing just kills a lot of stuff. It dodges the... you can use it as a combat trick because of the -1 counter. It works if they have Persist. It's just a good card, all in all. It's just a very good card. And I have some sort of -1 token theme and Wizard theme going on here. So if I pick a card like... I think it's Blaufly Infestation, which is a 3-mana enchantment that lets you... put a counter each time, a -1 counter each time a creature with a -1 counter dies. And when you have enough stuff going on with that, it's just an awesome spell to work with. I'm just gonna, yeah, shuffle your library. No, it's not good. Reaper is fine to drop again. I think it's straight up better than Duo. Most Duo are fine, but this one is just awful. I think it's just not good at all. Tattermunch Duo is a good one. I think this Duo would be better than this one, even though I'm red-black, just because here you have a relevant body, and you can attack with it even if you don't play anything. As this one is just awful, it's just a very bad card, I think. I think I still like the Reaper more than that, though. And I guess there is Rage Reflection. It's a lot of mana, but it's quite dangerous. And it's good with Wizard Creature, too. I'm not a huge fan of that card, though. I don't know, I could see picking that, but I'm just gonna go with Reaper. It's just a very good card. Very solid 2-drop for me to pick. Okay, again, not a huge fan of the Imp. I think I'm just picking a Cinder, which is fine. You know, it's good with the Leech, it's a good 5-drop. It's nice if I have a -1 token theme going on. Yeah. Armored Ascension is pretty threatening, potentially. The Marrow is fine, but a Cinder is decent. I'm pretty much always happy to play that unless I have too many 5-drop. And when I have a Leech, it's even better, so yeah. You know, it's pretty much a fine card right here. Nothing too special. It's also kind of good against me because I have a bunch of 1-toughness creature. So, you know, I make sure other people will not play it against me at the same time, which is good. I mean, I could play this and that and be more aggressive. Not sure that it's the right move to make, though. If I like Payables, I might do that, but I'd rather not to. Feels like very, very weak cards. Ooh, that's the card I was talking about before. And I think I'm picking it. So I do have 3 wizard creature, including a mentor. Then I have a cinder and 2 bolt. Yeah, the infestation is gonna be good here, I think. It's gonna be good enough. Tatakite is sweet. I guess Puncture Bolt does deal with it, but it could be kinda good against me. Power Fire is a sweet card. It's kinda nice with wizard creature too. Just because you can get 2 for 1 obviously, but otherwise you can just start killing things slowly. I think Infestation is exactly the card I want for my deck though. So I'm gonna slam that, and that's sweet. So red black, Wizard -1 token. That's a cool theme. I can appreciate that. The curve is looking good. The power level is looking good. So yeah, so far so good. I mean, I'm happy with what I've been picking. And I do have some stuff in the sideboard. I also cut some very good card that I'd rather not play against, so there is that. Okay, that witch is very, very good. Given the infestation and the 2 bolt and the cinder, it's not gonna be that great against me though. So I think there's no reason to cut it. I could pick the flask because it fits any deck. Even though I did not get a Jaws of Stone or a Corrupt, which are 2 6-mana spells that deals damage equal to the number of swamp or mountain you control, and that it's a combo with the flask basically. But since I did not get any of this spell, it's less valuable. I think I don't like 1 for 1, but I think this one is actually pretty good because, well, I don't have many red spells yet. That's an issue, I guess. But it's really annoying for the opponent to try to block if you have that around. And it forces race. I think it's actually gonna be pretty good in my deck most of the time. Ooh, Gouger is awesome. That's a very, very sweet 3-drop for my deck. It's also great for the Leech. It's just a very good card. It's aggressive. It's a red card for the Initiate. It's just awesome. It's everything I want. Ooh, Grief Tyrant is good too. It's a 6-drop, but I don't mind playing that. It's also pretty good with Infestation because it works with -1 counter. Could pick Scar. I think Scar is not gonna shine here just because I have 2 Puncture Bolts. It's a good card, but I don't think this is the kind of effect I need. Like, killing small creatures with -1 counter is something I can easily do with my deck already. And even though I'm rather aggressive, Grief Tyrant is just a very good, curve ender. Ooh, Gloomlance. Jeez, those last... I mean, the first few picks of that booster were not so great, but then Tyrant, Gouger, Tyrant, and now Gloomlance, that's amazing, that's amazing. Just great. Kindler is not a good card, I don't think it's... No, I don't like that card. Cinderbones is pretty slow. In some matchups it's really good though, because if they just have ground creatures, they will never be able to attack efficiently. And I have this token theme, so I'm not so high on main decking that, but I could see it being decent. Again, I think that card is just straight up awful. Even if you are red-black and you have some red-black cards, I don't like it. With enough black spells, I guess it's a 2/2. Still pretty bad. Might play it though. Might play it. Okay, there's a slight chance I play that. I don't think that there's gonna be a matchup where I will want to smash to Smithereens, so yeah. Plot is not the worst. Can get a bit of card advantage of that. The issue is that if your creature died, you are not very likely to be able to conspire. Still fine card though. Headache is pretty mediocre. Might as well cut the Rider actually. I don't think I'm very likely to play either card, and Rider is a fine card that could be annoying. This is awful. Wisp is a good card. Okay, I got a Headache anyway. No joke, no pun. Ember Gale is fine. We have 15 playables currently, which is a decent amount, and I mean, this is playable. I guess the right thing to say is that we have 14 no. Well, this is playable. Not really, though. I don't like that card at all. I guess we have 14 cards that I'm happy to play, and then 3 cards that are, fine, but not great by any means. For now, we'll leave them in the sideboard. Curve is looking good. We have quite a bunch of removals, so yeah. Just pretty happy with that deck, honestly. Ooh, Archon of Justice. That thing is sick. It is pretty sick. Unmake is very good too. This is a Threaten, which I don't think I really want that much. I might just cut that. I just want to I don't want to face that card. Maybe I should. Honestly, I think I should just pick the Butcher though. It's a good card. It's nice. The Wizard with the Infestation. It's a good 4-drop. I'm lacking 4-drop. Unmake though, you know, I only have. I could be almost mono black with just a touch of red for 2 Puncture Bolts. So maybe actually Unmake might be the better option. It's not like I'm missing removal, but this might wheel. Yeah, I think Unmake is very fine option. It kills anything. It deals with the Archon because it exile it. And I could easily cut that and be mostly mono black with just a touch of red. Yeah. And even if I end up casting that on turn 5 or 6, it's still a fine card. Ooh, Puncture Blast is great. It's one of the... I think it's the best command of the set. It's just awesome. It's a great card. It's great in my deck. I cannot go wrong with that. I'd be happy to wield the Tormentor or the Gwillion, but Puncture Blast is the nut. That card is straight up great. Even if I have a few red spells, it's just, you know, this thing is the Puncture Bolt is pretty good already, and that's much better. You can target player, you can kill them. It's a combat trick. It's just a great card. Deck is shipping up very well. I mean, I have a bunch of removals, some synergies, a good curve. I'm withering everything down. I think this is the kind of deck that will lose when it will draw too many lands, because I don't have a lot of card advantage. Even though Infestation can give you card advantage. But this is the kind of deck that, you know, if you just draw a decent amount of lands and spell, you will just destroy everyone, just because you have removal, you have everything. Bliss is a very good card. It's pacifism that can you life. Okay, that thing is fine. The Hedge Mage is fine if you have a lot of black. It's just 2/2 that make them discard. That's a fun card, but not really something I want to use. Butcher is fun. I think I'm just gonna go with Hag though. Even though I have the -1 counter theme, I think this is better just because this card gives me card advantage, which I use. It's basically a Gravedigger. You cannot choose a creature, but since it's the higher power creature, it's likely gonna be the creature you want. It's not a rule, but often it's gonna be the case. And I think this deck wants removal. I mean, card advantage, and that's exactly what the Hag, you know, provide me with. Okay, most hatchlings are good, and this one is no exception to the rule. I have a bunch of black spells. It has Wither, which is nice for my theme. There is a Bolly though, which is pretty good. I think this is gonna be better though. Pyromancer is fine too, but not great, especially since I'm splashing. I think since I'm splashing for red, the hatchling is better. Yeah, it's just a pretty good card. All in all, even as a 2/2 wizard that has counter on it, it's gonna be good, because if I have the Infestation, and it's, you know, those cards are easy to grow up pretty big. I also have a red-green creature. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be better than the Bolly, which is fine, but Hatchling looks very good here. What does that do? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good removal. I will probably not have any red in my deck, I mean any green, but just giving -3/-3 to anything seems good enough already. The other option would be to take Mimic. I do have 2 red-green spells, it's a decent 2-drop. I cannot, you know, it's a removal. It's also great for the Hatchling. I guess the Mimic would have been great for the Hatchling too, but whatever. That thing is not good. I guess there are some red cards, but nothing in black, really. In theory, I could play that. Not a huge fan, though. Probably playing the Duo right now. It looks decent in my deck. Cinderbones 2, maybe. Not a huge fan of the Feast, though. I don't really want to get 2 for 1, especially with a deck like that. Inside Out is actually fine. I think it's the better option. It's also a card you can splash. I'd rather not play it, but I could play it. Okay, you know, 4 mana Wizard card seems good for my deck, so probably just gonna pick that. Well, So nothing I want here. I'm gonna pick another Inside Out. If I have to play 2 Inside Out as cycling, I mean it's better than cycling. Sometimes you can kill something, sometimes you can get a sweet trick in combat, so it's not bad. But I'd be happy to get two creature, 2 drop. I don't expect something too fancy, but I'd be happy to get some more decent creatures. Also, Cinder Bones is fine, but not looking great, so there is that. Deck looks great though. I have a few feelers, but the power level in general is just very high. I have a bunch of Rimwall, it's just great. We will the Butcher, which is sweet. I'm gonna put Unmake there, so it feels like I have less 4-drop. Probably don't need more 4-drops. I have so much Rimwall though, that's crazy. And some really sweet synergies with Weezer and -1 counters. Deck looks just straight up great. Look at that, 2 Puncture Bolt, a Puncture Blast, a Thirst, and then make a Gloomlance, a Tyrant, a Cinder. It just looks amazing. Tormentor is not bad, it's also nice. Persist is nice with -1 counter in general. I'm probably just gonna pick the Mimic though. I do have 3 red-green spell, and it's a good 2-drop, and I think I need 2-drop more than 4-drop at that point, so yeah, I'm gonna go with that. And I think that's gonna be my main deck, unless I get something better in the meantime, which I'm not very likely to. Very, very good deck, I think. Almost mono-black with just a few red cards, but the cards I'm splashing for are very good, so... Another Butcher. Is it better than... Maybe it's better than Cinder Bones, actually. I do have a bunch of 4-drops, though. Cinder Bones is pretty mediocre. Bane is a good sideboard option. Yeah, Cinderbone. I'm not a huge fan of Cinderbone. It looks better for the curve if I play that over the Butcher, but Butcher is just much better, I think. Okay, and this is probably gonna be 12-5, I think. I still want to be able to cast those spells, and I think 12 Swam should be plenty to cast my Unmake and my double black spell. Okay, that would be fun to play in my deck actually with -1 counter, but... And I love the drawing. The drawing is amazing. I'm just gonna pick that for the drawing. Look at that drawing. It's just great. It looks like, I don't know. Feels like a movie or something. That drawing is great. So yeah, that's gonna be the deck. I'm just gonna check my sideboard. No, Cinder Bones against no huge fan. Bane is a sideboard option. Those are pretty bad. I guess if I'm slashing red, this is kinda nice, but it's still a very bad card. So yeah, 12-6, 12-5, and we should be good to go. Right? Yeah. Alright, that sounds very sweet to me. I'm pretty happy about the deck. Yeah, the power level is definitely there. So looks like a very, very good deck to me. So hopefully we'll not flood out and we'll be able to win. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the draft. If you did, feel free to leave a like. You can also subscribe to my channel if it's not already done. And if you like the content, obviously. And yeah, I see you in a few minutes for the next round, which is going to be round 1.